I want to love you in a language that feels right. I want to strip down bare and not worry about my syntax. I want to speak to you in my broken dialect and still be understood despite my pronunciation. Can I touch you? Or will you need to translate my touch? Do I have to find my words with you? Find the words on the tip of my tongue. Will you kiss me instead? Swallow the words I have not yet said. Do you hear them? Are you finding me difficult to understand? Is this enough? Am I enough? I'm not a linguist, just a lover girl. Do you understand me? I can't translate this love. Can't make my lips verbalize this language better. Can't make my mouth speak in the right cadence. I cannot spend time in this bed untangling myself from my grammatical mistakes, hiding my body as you snicker at the linguistic mess I keep making. I can't come undone in front of a man who refuses to understand me. But I can't always be a poet. I can't always speak eloquently. I will fumble my words. You see, I want to give you my heart, but I can't give you my tongue. My worst fear is that I'll tell a man I love him and he'll tell me I didn't pronounce the word right. Why do I love myself in a language only I can? Why am I writing about intimacy when really I want to talk about vulnerability, shame, the need to speak a language you truly understand, the need to be understood in the only language you truly speak? But wait, isn't it the same thing? Bearing your soul, the innermost private parts of who you are, hoping, just hoping to be loved and finally understood. I've always been a lover of words. From as young as 7 years old, I was writing songs and poems and stories. Being able to think of an idea and express it through words made me feel powerful. But when I moved to Quebec and was forced to learn French, I lost that part of myself and the confidence that comes with it. What many people don't realize is that learning a new language and engaging in conversation is a vulnerable act that warrants deep compassion. This talk is for Native speakers and immigrants. For Native speakers, you have to display compassion and patience when conversing with newcomers. In June 2023, Canada's population rose to 40 million, and migration accounted for 96% of that growth. Just last year in Montreal, it had the biggest population increase at 4.2% for the second year, meaning that the increase in Montreal accounted for 44% of the total population increase in Quebec. This means that you are home, living in the same house or the same city or the same country as your parents and your grandparents, speaking the same language, but the cashier with the broken French, the new kid in the back of your math class, the shy girl at gymnastics, they aren't home. And although there are a plethora of immigration stories, what they all have in common is that arriving to this country involved immense loss. In the short CBC documentary Road to Roxham, we get insight on the struggles of migrants arriving to Canada via Roxham Road, an unofficial boarding crossing between upstate New York and Quebec, Canada. We see mothers with babies strapped to their backs. We can feel the anxiety, the fear as they tell their young children to cross the snowy path while luggages weigh them down. Arriving in a new country with little to their name and no idea what is to come. For many of them, their first instance of loss is language. Just last year, it was estimated in Quebec that people aged 15 and older, about 17.5 of them, do not speak French at home. In Montreal, that number rose to almost 30%. For many of them, for many newcomers, they're speaking French for the first time with native speakers. What for you is simply a conversation, for them it's an undressing. When I learned French, I had to replace my confident, well-spoken voice with this shaky, air-laden noise. But I had to speak. Like many migrants, I was desperate for community, connection, so I had to unveil my ugly accent, reveal my grammatical mistakes, display my uncertain French, try to express my precious ideas and thoughts in a desperate plea to gain something. I had to remove myself from the safety of the only language that felt secure, remove myself from silence and isolation. I was bare in front of everyone with nothing but this language to protect me. Think of this intimacy, this vulnerability, the next time you're tempted to harshly critique someone's pronunciation or mimic someone's accent. Language is not solely a means of expression. Language is the tool needed to build community and connections. Given Canada's ranking as the most accepting country in the world, I am confident that Canadians, Montrealers especially, understand the importance of acceptance. As native speakers, you have the power to create the environment needed to respect the intimacy of language. Use it. For immigrants, you have to speak. Let it spill, mispronounce, and misplace words, but speak. The Quebec government has not been shy in its endeavor to preserve the French language. It's now a requirement for foreign students and new migrants. You see, the finish line is in sight, but the fight is not over. Your voice is not less valuable because of your mistakes. If anything, your ability to speak despite your mistakes displays your courage. Despite coming from a francophone Cameroonian family, I didn't speak a word of French until I landed in Montreal. I was terrified to hear what my voice would sound like. For months, I wouldn't speak more than a few words at a time. But slowly, I stepped into the discomfort of speaking French. And although I was met with laughter and ridicule, I was also met with community, friendship, people who accepted me, imperfect French and all, people who understood that language is delicate and vulnerable and intimate, and so they held my words, they caressed my accent, they carried my thoughts gently. There is no way around it. Language is intimate. But you have to find people you can trust with your intimacies. Trust me, they exist. But your voice deserves to be heard. So press play. Let everyone hear what you have to say.